Okay, now in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draw the problem 4 plate. So all we're doing is drawing it in this one. The next one, I'll show you how to annotate or dimension it. Okay, so here we are, step 1. Oh, this needs to go away. There we go. Sorry. We're here on the website, so we're on to 4 to 6 days. It usually takes 2 days, maybe more, to draw it. We're going to be creating this. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open my instructions. So everything that I'm following is coming through here. So it takes you through how do you open it. You go select here, open up, set your OSNAP, make sure everything's turned on. This is what we're drawing. It should look like this. Format your units. So everything that I'm fixing to show you in the video is also laid out here for you in the PowerPoint. Now I'm actually going to drag the PowerPoint over to my right hand screen so it doesn't clutter up the area. So let's start with the start file first. So I'm going to click on the link and open it. And it should open into your Autodesk software, whatever version you have. Our version is 2014. Currently, it looks like you have nothing open. Don't panic, you actually do. The last 3 drawings we've been drawing actually in paper space, which is actually something you don't normally do. But I did it so that you would have the white background and so that you would feel comfortable with it like regular paper like you're drawing. So there's a reason for it. You do actually have it now. See, the title block down here, this is the paper space. This is where we send whatever we draw in model space to. So we draw it here, and then we'll send it to over here, and then we'll print. So model space is drawing. Think of it as an unlimited size piece of paper that you can draw anything, anywhere you need it. Okay, we need to do a couple of things. First, I want to save. I'm going to take this, I'm going to do save as. I'm going to go find my U drive. I have a folder called AutoCAD that I put in there, and I'm going to call it title block, CHS title block. EDP, 3rd period, 2014. Just give it a name so you know what it is and save it. Now, what it is, I've used that as my blank one. So when I start new drawings, I'm going to open the title block and create the drawings off of it. Why do I give you the title block instead of having to draw it? Well, quite frankly, you're going to go work for a company, and they're going to want you, if you are working in AutoCAD, they're going to want you to use their title block and their layers and everything the way they already have it set up and defined. You might have to go in and like add an extra layer in for something special you're drawing, but spending all of our time learning how to draw the title block and set everything up, it's not worth what we need to do. We need to know how to do the drawing. So this is why I give you the title block. Okay, now save as again, and this time same folder. And this is problem number 4, plate, and I'm just going to title it the class EDP3 again, for engineering design 3rd period. So again, I am not drawing here, I'm drawing in model space. Next, I'm going to type in save time and hit enter. And what that does is that pulls up this little command. And now I can tell it to save every 5 or 10 minutes, whatever I want it to be. So for some reason, your computer dies. We use electricity, etc. You will only lose 5 minutes of work. You won't lose the whole thing. Okay, save time. Next, OSNAP. I want to make sure that they're all turned on. So I make sure that they're select all and they're all turned on. Okay. Our next, when we're drawing this is one of those times where dynamic input, again, will not be our friend. So we want to turn it off of what we're doing because I give you specific coordinates for drawing of the ellipse. So F12 to turn the dynamic input off. Okay. All right. Next, we want to check our units. We want to make sure that we have units set so that we're drawing. So if I'm drawing in inches, I want it in inches. If I'm drawing in metric, I need to change it to metric. So this is where we need to have that. So if you click on the A, which is your file, go to drawing utilities and units. Here's where you're at, where you can program it. So right now we're in decimal, 0.0200. So there we go. To the hundredths. It's in inches. I could change it to millimeters, centimeters, meters, whatever it is I'm drawing. Leave it at generic, yeah. I can come in here and change it to architecture. I can come in here and change it to fractional. I can come in here and change it, you know, there's all these different things you can change to based upon what you're doing. Leave it at decimal, the hundredths, it's in inches, etc. So that's what we do. All right, now we're actually going to start drawing. The first thing we need to do is we need to change our layer. Layers are right here. Again, I've already predefined the layers for you, and if you'll notice, they actually match a lot of the different line types and stuff that you've learned to draw. And that's the purpose of them. It's the same thing. If I want to draw something with a specific line type, I draw it on that layer. If I have a customer comes in and says, I need to change X, well, it's on its own separate layer, I can turn the other layers off and just work on the part I need to work on. So let's change it to visible. And then we're going to draw an ellipse. Now, if you look at the instructions, they specifically say axis end ellipse. So if you have the center ellipse, it is not going to work. Axis and end. And then I literally type in the coordinates just like they're given. 1, 5, enter. 8.5, 5, enter. 4.75, 7.625, enter. There it is. Instructions tell me next I need to draw lines. Now remember, it's literally, the instructions literally take you through this step by step. So everything I'm doing, I'm getting it from the instructions, okay? All right. Now I'll need to draw a line from center over. Oh no, I drew it on the wrong layer. Select the object, come right here, change it to center. That's all it takes. Ta-da, done. Now, in the second one, line straight up. If you're having problems with drawing it, right here is your ortho. If you turn ortho on and off, it'll force it to be nice and straight, up and down. And oops, again, I didn't change my layer type before I drew it. So I'm going to change it now. Now, if I look at the example, I'll notice that the lines don't quite go out the way they need to go. So I click on the line, and you'll notice that you have 3 blue boxes. Those blue boxes are your node editors. If you left-click with your mouse and hold and pull it out, you can stretch that line out to where you need it to go. I'm going to hit the escape key so it deselects everything. Now, I need to get my center lines going over so that I know where I need to draw my circles. So I look at it and go, okay, according to my dimension, what is it? I'm going to go to my offset tool, which is the thumb, or you could type in OFF, enter, and it'll do the same thing. And I type in the distance, 1.5, enter. Click on this and over. I want to do another offset, but with a different distance. So I could click on the thumb again, or I can hit the enter key. Both will work. Type in the distance, enter the object I want to offset. Enter key, distance, 2.06, 2.06, enter, object over, enter to finish it out. Enter again to bring up the offset command, 1.69, enter, line over. Offset command again, 1.5, because now I need to get my horizontal ones. Going up, down. I no longer need this one at all, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, next, I need to draw some circles. You need to pay attention to the type of circle. If it's a diameter, the circle with the line, make sure you use the diameter. If it's radius, make sure you're using the radius. Pay attention to what kind of circle it is. So my first one actually is a diameter right here, and it's 1.13. My next are radius, 2 of them right here, 0.19. I'm going to hit the enter key. Select the point here, enter key again. Remember, AutoCAD remembers last command, last size. So that was my default. I have another circle over here with a diameter of 2.2, so I got to change it. 0.25. Okay, great. Now let's work on the C in the middle, or sausage, or whatever you want to call it. We can draw that with circles and arcs and different things. There's different ways of drawing it. It doesn't matter what method you use, as long as you're able to draw it and draw it correctly. I'm going to show you a method that I find that worked pretty quickly. Because AutoCAD is all about speed and getting it done accurately. So I know I have 2 circles with a radius of 0.38 here. So enter key again, intersection with my mouse, enter key again, there's perfect size. Next I know I'm going to have a circle going here, and a circle going here. It's going around. So circle again, intersection to intersection, enter, intersection to outside intersection. Great. And I also need to add in the center one. Okay, now let's go do some trimming. Trim, spacebar, and start clicking the parts that need to go away. And if you have any leftover pieces like that, delete. Sometimes when we zoom in, you can see things that need to go away. See, like that part right there. You got pan it up. See, there's a piece here that needs to go away. Okay, very good. Zoom extents, or remember, view, zoom extents if you ever have that problem, it's not there. And let's get rid of the parts we no longer need. Excellent. Now all we need to do is we need to shorten the center points so that they look at the example so that they fit inside the object. So I'm using my node editor to do that. You could, let me show you. Oops, I do. Technically, you could use your trim command, and you could come here in here and trim parts of it like that to get rid of it. I mean, there's really no right or wrong on how you're doing it, as long as you're doing it and you're getting the work done. I just usually find it easier just to grab that node editor and pull it up. There we go, and I hit the escape key to deselect. So I want it to look like the example as much as I can. Now, if I look at that example, I realize I'm missing something, though. I am mixing that hexagon, that six-sided polygon that goes right here. Okay, how am I going to draw that? Well, I could use my lines, I could draw my circle, and I could do my lines and do all that like we did when we were learning how to draw by hand. But we're going to use a lovely little tool that AutoCAD has. So up here in the draw, next to the rectangle tool, I'm going to click on the little drop down, pulls up the Polygon tool. Down here at the bottom, you'll notice it says how many sides? 6 sides, so 6, enter. Okay, fine. Where's your center point of the polygon? Right here in the middle of the circle. Then it's going to inscribe or circumscribe. So that means, is it going to fit inside of a radius of a circle, or is it going to go on the outside of a radius of a circle? In this particular case, we want it to go inside, so it's the I, enter. And then it's going to say, okay, well, what's the size of the radius? And if I look at my dimension, it has a radius of 0.73. So I type in 0.73 and hit enter. Excellent, there it is. Oh no, it's going the wrong direction. Correct. Okay, draw it again. No, don't draw it again. We're going to use our edit tool. So I'm going to go to rotate. So what I want it to do, I want it to rotate. What object do I want to rotate? Select the object. Hit the enter key. It asks you, where's your base point? Base point would be here in the middle and to the top. There you go. And if I actually pay attention, I'll notice that sometimes you can see little parts of it that need to come loose. Need to go bye-bye. Oops, I don't want that part. So sometimes you got to zoom in on things to get it and get it gone. Yeah, there we go. So now we have everything that we need here for the particular drawing. So now what you want to do, you want to do that save as again. Save it to that folder. And tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to annotate or dimension it.